Hi guys, it's Erin. Today I'm looking forward to. It should be a lot of fun. I've got a couple things to get done. First is cutting flowers and filling up the farm stand as best I can with what we have. We don't have a whole lot of flowers left, but you know the drill. I also have a couple of projects that I want to try and get done for the flower stand. So I love the way it looks as it is. It's really pretty. And I've heard from a couple of you guys, it's a little dark in there. So there's a couple things that I want to try and do. One is to take those, the wooden slices that we have in there to prop up flowers, put some legs on a couple of them so that it lifts them even higher. And I want to try and make a light fixture of sorts for inside the stand. It may not necessarily light up everything, but it should, if it works what I want to try and do, it should give some, at least some light inside of there to draw people in. That's the goal. So, and I will show you how I plan to do that when I get there. First things first today, however, is I have some flowers to cut. I've said before, it's the end of the season. I've only really got some dahlias, maybe a few zinnias, some cosmos. I got to pick around the flowers that are going to seed, and some greenery, celosia, that kind of thing. So we're running low. Soon, well, tomorrow night, actually, we're supposed to start getting some rain. And it's going to rain for the foreseeable future, such as it is in the Seattle area. But that means that my dahlias and everything else are going to crash pretty hard. They won't melt completely. They won't turn to mush. That won't happen until a real hard frost happens, but which probably isn't for another month and a half. But it'll still make them harder to use. When they get battered by rain, they don't look good. So this, like I said, this may or may not be the last farm stand that I do for the flower season. Well, and I have some ideas for stuff that I can do later, but for now, I just want to make the most of the potential last weekend for flowers in the stand. All right, I'm gonna start cutting some flowers. I'll bring you guys along. I'll bring you along as I make the bouquets, as many or few as I can, and then we'll start working on the other project. Okay, here we go. All right, I got the bouquets done. I have a little bit left. I'm gonna dry the eucalyptus and the statice and the straw flowers. I may make another bouquet with all of this and then this scented geranium. I might just take some cuttings from these stems for next season. I gotta make sure that I have more of that. It's a citrus scented and it's unbelievable. Okay, here's a quick look at the bouquets. I love fall colors. I know I say that every time that I love all the colors, but the truth is I really do. And this labyrinth dahlia will always be my favorite. I don't know that there's any other that's any better. Okay, I'm gonna go get these out at the stand, put my signs up, and then John ran to the store to get a couple supplies so that we can build the stools and build some lights. So I'm gonna go set this up, and then I'm gonna go cut the supplies that I need to try and create these light fixtures. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, the flowers are out of the stand, the signs are out, the social media post has been made, so now it's on to the next project. And this is our template for making our light fixture. I know, bear with me. John also got a couple of great big ones, and who knows, if this works out really well, I might tackle those maybe with a different medium, but I have two of these little sort of small ones. They're probably 8 inches, and then two great big ones that I'm not going to use yet. I have a whole bunch of these branches. I don't know if you can see that from butterfly bush down the road. These are, and also from some birch branches that I have. So let me walk you through what I intend to do before I do it. I've never done this before, so we're all going to learn together. My plan is to wrap all of these balls, this ball, multiple times with these branches, and do it all over the place, and then wrap that in these twinkle lights that have a timer and batteries, and hang it from the ceiling inside of the flower stand. I know it sounds kind of funny, but that's my plan. I'm gonna start with the one. If it works out well, I'll try and do the other. I may have to get more supplies. The birch branches, I mean, they work pretty well too. I have a good chunk of them. I probably have 20 or so of the butterfly bush, and then 20 or so of the birch branches. So as each of these connect, my plan is to wire them together. I took just some regular paddle wire like this, and I cut a bunch of 4 to 6 inch pieces, and as they come together, I'm going to wire them together so that they stay in place. And once the whole thing is done to my satisfaction, whatever I think it should look like, I can pop this ball and pull it out through the openings that will be left behind. It's not going to be a solid, I mean, obviously I only have so many branches, but it's gonna hopefully look pretty cool. And I don't really know. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we're going to find out together. Okay, so I'm going to get the first one on. So here's what I'm going to do. One branch generally is not long enough to make it all the way around. It only comes to here. So I'm going to take a couple of these and stagger it, wire it together. I hope that you can see this. I have to wire it tightly. I probably need pliers to get it tight enough. Wire it tight, then take this whole thing as it's done now, wrap it around, and wire it again. Wire it to the ball. Oh. It's kind of weak. You gotta be careful. Maybe I'll just twist this one together. And then do the same on the other side. This should be interesting. Okay, so I tied this one off. I'm going to twist the loose end up here, because the skinny little end won't it won't wire very well. I'm going to do similar on this end. And see how it turns out. Let's see. Oh, that one just broke. Awesome. Okay, I need to go get a pair of pliers. Okay, it's making me crazy and it's not working. Okay, I'm gonna try this a different way. This was not working for me. So what I found, I have this roll of wrapped wire. So what I'm doing, and I did it for this one branch. So what I did was take a branch, one of these birch branches, and I wrapped it with that wire coated, or the wrapped wire, and then just wrapped it all the way around and tied it off at the end here. That way, that seemed to work, at least initially. I'm gonna give it a go for a few more. I've cut 8 pieces that are about the same size, and hopefully that will do it. If it works, awesome. If not, this might be a project for a different day. Okay, I'm gonna set the camera back up for you. Let's take this and one of these. Now down here at the end, and make sure I leave a little bit out, and then I'm just wrapping it. I don't want it to be too much. And then right there at the end, we'll just wrap it again. And that way this whole thing if all goes well, I should be able to put it right around here and then come right up to the top and wrap wire to wire. And ideally, I should be able to wrap the last wire into it also, so they're all kind of tucked together, and this top will end up being the top of the light fixture, or the string lights fixture. I'm hopeful this works. At the end, I'll probably take a piece of that paddle wire, like this guy, and wrap it around and tie it off here, and then maybe one on the side, depending on how it ends up looking. Okay, let's go after this again. Next one. Okay, it's all wired up, I hope. This is the moment of truth. Right now, I'm gonna pop this ball and hope that the whole thing doesn't crumble apart. Wish me luck. And I gotta fish it out of here. I mean, so far so good. Sorry about the play ball. It's interesting. It's kind of what I expected, what I was hoping for. All right, now it's time for these lights. Can you see them? Okay, just stay on. I don't know, it's hard to see. Okay, I'm gonna wrap these lights as best I can all throughout. They're quite long. Just take some outside. Okay, let's go out. I need to get a hook and I need a hook to hang it from. I'm going to use more of this to hang it and then draw these around. How fun is that? I came out here to set up the light and the Amazon delivery guy was buying some flowers. Okay, this right here is where I plan to hang it from. Right above where the sign is, where the cash box is, just to hang it up here. Just one of these little cup hooks. I'm gonna try to put in there we go. Okay, definitely gonna trade out these lights for a different set, but for now, we're gonna go with it. Ah, that's so cool. Oh, and definitely using these at Christmas. Okay, so this one, I don't know if I should go this way. Okay, that's so cool. Let's go back here a little bit and check it out. Yeah, a little bit of light. I get super excited about the funniest little things, but this little bit of light, I've heard from you guys a bunch of times. So like I said, we'll come back out here later when it's darker and see how it looks from a distance. Now I do want to go check in on John. He's been working on the little steps to make the buckets better. Look at that. Ah, so cool. Let me show you. So this was one of the rounds that was just sitting in here from previous weekends. I didn't, John cut these branches off of off of a maple tree, and then he bolted them in, leveled them out, so now they make the perfect little stand. They're so adorable. I think they're so stinking cute. Okay, so John is working on a couple more. They're all different heights, so we can stagger them however I want to. So I'm gonna bring you back out here in a little while when that's all done and the whole thing is set up with the lights up there. Oh, it's magical. It really is. It looks like a little fairy garden. I want to say a little fairy garden, but that'd be like this big. It looks very, very whimsical. It looks better in person than it does on camera. Sorry. But it looks like something out of a storybook. At least in my opinion, it really does. Okay, it's all set up. I want to show you what the rest of it looks like, and then I'll show you in the morning what it looks like without the sun blasting in, and then I'll have to come back one more time to tell you how it all ended for the week. Look at these cute little stools. We have one extra for the moment. John made them all different heights. Oh, I love them. This guy, I could bring it out, but I don't know if it's gonna rain. It's supposed to rain tomorrow night anyway, but just probably better safe than sorry. Oh, it's so pretty. I love this so much. All right, like I said, I'll come back in the morning. You can see the light, how bright it actually is in here. It's hard to tell with the sun shining. And then I'll round up everything at the end of the weekend. This is what it looks like in the morning in lower light. I think it's adorable. Oh yeah, I think it's great. The little platforms make him look even more, I don't know, abundant. It shows the flowers off better. We even have one little extra. I might put a flower pot on there. Who knows? Either way, that's what it looks like in the morning. Guys, I already have so many ideas for how to decorate this for the holidays and for spring when it comes back around. I'm so excited. So excited. Okay guys, since the skies are opening up right now, I'll make it quick. The roundup for the sales at the farm stand were pretty good. We sold about 2/3 of what I put out there, which is awesome. It's not a huge amount of flowers because I just don't have much at this point in the year, but it's pretty awesome to say that that I sold 2/3 of them. I think next week will probably be my last week likely of putting any flowers out there, if I can even make it that far. The weather has taken a crazy turn, but I'm gonna make the most of it. I'm really excited about all the upgrades that we did to the stand, and hopefully that will continue. I have plans to do you know, possibly some Christmas wreaths or other type things out of the stand later this season, but yeah, it's pretty exciting. Okay guys, I thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. Leave a thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.